What happens when one of the most respected voices in sports media faces accusations of chasing popularity over integrity? Shannon Sharpe went from NFL legend to dominating sports TV, building viral podcasts, and creating one of the most talked about platforms in sports entertainment. But behind the success, whispers started to grow, rumors of million-dollar settlements, controversial relationships, and a shift in tone that left even his closest friends questioning his direction. And one of those friends, Ray Lewis, a man with his own complicated past, now calling out Sharpe for choosing popularity over purpose. This isn't just another celebrity controversy. This is a story about power, influence, and what happens when the microphone you control starts controlling you. Before Shannon Sharpe was a viral meme machine, he was an underdog turned Hall of Famer. Growing up in rural Georgia, Sharpe's life wasn't lined with privilege. He often tells stories of wearing hand-me-downs and living in a home where running water wasn't always guaranteed. His football dreams weren't just dreams, they were his ticket out. Drafted by the Denver Broncos in 1990, Sharpe quickly proved he wasn't just another tight end. He was rewriting the role. His mix of size, speed, and swagger made him one of the most dominant players of his era. 8 Pro Bowl selections, 3 Super Bowl rings, and a Hall of Fame induction in 2011 cemented him as one of the greats. But what separated Shannon wasn't just stats. It was his personality. That southern drawl, sharp wit, and fearlessness with a mic made him stand out. Reporters loved him. Teammates laughed at his one-liners. Shannon didn't just play football, he performed it. And even back then, whispers around the locker room suggested he was already preparing for life beyond the gridiron. He'd been prepping before he even retired, Ray Lewis later said. He knew what he was going to do. While other players struggled to find their identity after football, Shannon was sharpening his voice. The world just didn't know it yet. By the mid-2010s, Sharpe had gone from NFL legend to one of the most entertaining sports personalities on TV. His big break came on Fox Sports Undisputed, where his fiery debates with Skip Bayless became must-watch television. Shannon leaned into his persona, cigars, cognac, and catchphrases like "skip, skip, skip." Fans loved his energy. He wasn't afraid to call out athletes, owners, or anyone in between. But he wasn't done yet. Sharpe launched Club Shay Shay, a long-form podcast where he sat down with celebrities and athletes for in-depth conversations. From Dion Coach Prime, Sanders' emotional interviews, to the viral Cat Williams episode that broke the internet, Shannon had built a platform that could grab headlines overnight. He followed it up with Nightcap, another project aimed at younger audiences, proving he wasn't just a sports analyst, he was a brand. Shannon Sharpe was everywhere. But as his fame exploded, so did the criticism. Some fans claimed Shannon was changing, leaning into gossip and controversy for clicks. And soon, someone from his own circle would speak up. Ray Lewis, a former teammate and longtime friend, shocked fans when he spoke candidly about Shannon's direction. On a podcast appearance, Ray revealed he was stunned by what Shannon's content had become. "I would never believe Shannon would say or do some of these things," Ray said. "In my entire career, I never saw Shannon with a drink. And then I started to see him go down a different route. I couldn't go that route." To Ray, Shannon wasn't just changing. He was choosing popularity over purpose. He accused the media world of turning into a circus, where gossip and drama get more views than real conversations that uplift people. Ray even compared the chase for clicks to walking a tightrope between influence and popularity. The devil can make you popular, he said, but God gives you influence. It was a heavy statement, and coming from Ray Lewis, a man who's been through his own share of controversy, fans couldn't help but wonder, was he right about Shannon? As Shannon's star grew, so did the headlines about his personal life.
When I listened to Steve talk,
Reports
he said, "I like how
Sharpe
he went from
had
sitting to
a
kneeling,
legal dispute
but he
for
never
nearly $30 million.
why Colin Kaepernick
Around the
kneeled."
same time,
And in
tabloids
2015,
exploded with photos
you
of
were
him
there.
dating a woman
You and I
in her
talked
early
about it.
20s. A controversial
Something happened to
relationship,
Freddie.
given Shannon was pushing 60. Critics began painting a picture
for
of a
police
man
brutality.
enjoying fame a little
I have
too
yet
much.
to hear an owner talk
The
about
polished,
this. We're sitting here as
sharp-tongued
men,
analyst
and
now
me and you,
seem to lean
Jerry
into a
Jones,
persona
Mr.
that
Kraft,
blurred
they
the line
never gonna have to
between
worry about
entertainment
that.
and
That's what I
chaos.
just said.
Fans on
So
social
why should
media
they
noticed
care?
too, calling him out for drinking
They
on
should care
camera,
because it's the United
joking about
States of...
sensitive topics and engaging in more viral antics than thoughtful conversations.
If
Ray
it is,
Lewis
this is
comments weren't just
America.
about Shannon's choices. They were
then
about
all of our
influence.
owners should
Ray's
get
warning
together
was
and go in
clear.
these urban
When you
neighborhoods
speak
and
to
clean it up.
millions,
Why wouldn't you?
every word matters. He broke it down simply. If you hear a song enough times,
It's an issue that
you'll sing
never
it.
gonna have to
If
face.
you hear something
It's
over and
people
over,
like you
it
and
shapes you. And when you have a platform, your words have power.
you talking
Ray
about Steve
criticized the growing
is never
trend
going to
of
have to
shock
worry about the
value content,
police beating
saying
him or a
platforms
family
should
member
guide
down.
people,
For America,
not drag them into endless gossip. It was a subtle call-out not just to Shannon, but to the entire industry of influencers, podcasters, and media personalities who thrive on controversy. And the criticism hit harder because Ray knew what it was like to be judged. Ray Lewis is no stranger to scrutiny. Years ago, his name was tied to one of the NFL's darkest scandals, a case that will always be whispered about, even though he was never convicted. Instead of running from it, Ray embraced a new path, speaking openly about faith, redemption, and growth. He built a reputation as a motivational speaker, spreading messages of hope and personal accountability. Now, he's challenging Shannon Sharpe to reflect on what his platform represents. What does it really mean if all I did was become the best athlete? What did I really do for people? Ray asked, and this leads us to the bigger question surrounding Shannon Sharpe's legacy. Shannon Sharpe has done what few athletes could. He's built a second career arguably as big as his first. He's a Hall of Famer both on the field and in front of the camera. But does the fame come at a cost? Ray's words are a reminder that every post, every clip, every viral moment can either lift people up or tear them down. And while Shannon has built an empire of entertainment, critics wonder if he's losing sight of the man who inspired millions with his work ethic and honesty. Shannon's story isn't over. He's still one of the biggest voices in sports, and with that voice comes a chance for a bigger impact than just headlines. So here's the question. Will Shannon Sharpe use his platform to inspire a new generation? Or will he become another cautionary tale of fame's slippery slope? You tell me. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you want more deep dives like this. And don't forget to subscribe. Because this story, it's far from over.